Revelation 1143. From the 20th of October 1939. The power of love. The power of love must overcome everything. It must educate man to meekness and patience. It must be able to suffer and sacrifice itself for the fellow man. And so man must only practice love, and he will be victorious over all adversities of life. And in this realization, you will also understand the following proclamation. Man remains dependent for the time of his existence on earth on how he dedicates his life to love. Accordingly, he will be close to God or also separated from Him, and it will also be left up to him how he uses this life. He can put self-love first and then do nothing for his higher development. But he can also set the love for God as the first principle and redeem himself in a shorter time. For to work in love means to unite oneself with God, who is love himself. You must therefore by no means seek the eternal Godhead where love is not cultivated. You must not believe that you can reach God without being truly active in love. And you must also not assume that your mission on earth is fulfilled when earthly life has passed you by without any love. If you want to receive from God, you also have to give. You have to do works of love for your fellow human beings in a true, unselfish way. Then you may also receive what God has intended for you, and you will experience His love's power and strength in yourselves. Divine love is the most beautiful and most glorious thing you can receive, and this love embraces you with all power. If you likewise give love to those who need your love. The man who is always lovingly active, will pay little attention to himself, but the welfare of his fellow man will always be close to his heart, and he will not be able to do enough in works of charity. Then he will instinctively feel that he is getting closer and closer to the eternal divinity and that his way of life is leading him to the divinity. He therefore recognizes his own light and gets into the circuit of this light, that is, his way of life will from now on be under the influence of this divine love. He will want to serve God and in turn do everything to prove himself worthy of divine love. He will practice all virtues and strive for perfection. Because he longs for the love of God. God's love is the true life, the life in eternity, the concept of bliss, and this love is shared by all his creatures, and therefore each creature must also feel love for the other, because divine love is the origin of all these creatures. Therefore, whoever strives to do good to his fellow man, fulfills the first divine commandment, and the Father in heaven can approach him and likewise bestow upon him what for him is the epitome of bliss. He can be with his child in all works of active charity and thus make him unspeakably happy, which gives love to all those who are in need of loving help. Amen.